Yo guys, it's Michael from Chess Lifestyle, and today, if I want to end the stream before midnight, which I probably do, given I've got a busy day of work tomorrow, we're gonna have a slightly shorter stream. But yeah, today I wanted to go through a game that I played just now. Actually, I'm very curious to see what happened and what went wrong. But I played a league match. We were playing bottom of the league, Thurnby, and as a team, I'm playing for Loughborough. We actually managed to mess it up and draw the match as a result of scoring 2.5 to 2.5. And I ended up playing a guy called Roland Graf. And I'm actually really curious to see what his old rating used to be, because he played a fantastic game. And he was like 100 years old. Chess. He might be Graf double F. Let's have a look. I guess this is gonna be him. Yeah, born 1943. How old is that? That's like so old. 57, 77, 81? Yeah, 80. Wait, is this the same Roland Graf? This might be a different Roland Graf. This is gonna be... No. Yeah, this might be the Roland Graf. He could have been German. I'm not too sure. But no, he was like ancient. So I reckon it must be this guy. But I'm surprised he doesn't have a FIDE, because he basically used to win. He used to win tournaments, like open tournaments back in the day. So he's a really strong player. But in any case, yeah, 81 years old, exactly. Like I lost to an 81-year-old. And this guy played so well. He's played super well. So that's why I'm not even like upset about it or something. Like, I just genuinely feel like, yeah, he played a better game than me. And the final tactic as well was just really sick. Like, just couldn't believe it. But let's have a look. Let's try and learn from it. Also, welcome Josh to the stream. But yeah, right now in the division, that was like the penultimate game, and it didn't really decide anything. I think we're basically just mid-table, nothing really to play for. We're not going to get relegated, and if anything, Thurnby actually needed that draw. This might give them a chance to stay up. Although, yeah, I guess probably of all the teams, probably Thurnby, yeah, are gonna get relegated from Division 1. But yeah, let's have a look at the game. I think this is gonna be really interesting. Let's add it down here. But yeah, this was rough, absolutely rough. Roland Graf versus So in the game, it started e4. I played my Gerganitza Modern. He chose to play with knight f3. I played c6, and he played this move bishop d3. And basically, the most common move that players play in this position is to play with h3. And the idea is to play this kind of setup, where we get this interesting situation where maybe black has like compromised their pawn structure, but we control these important squares, and white has prevented us from playing bishop g4. Now, when white plays bishop d3, I know what Hikaru does in this situation is to play d5, and when e5 comes, just play bishop g4 and play out this position. And knight d2 is like some precise move that can keep a supposedly big advantage, although it's really difficult to actually keep this plus 1.5, and I think the engine is still optimistic. But my opponent played the move a3, which I've seen before. Takes, and I played e6 here. And I was thinking after the game, maybe he should have played the move bishop e3 to discourage the c5 move. Although, yeah, I can still play it. And play knight c6, right? I was thinking about this. So in the game, at this moment, my opponent just castled, and here I played c5. My opponent played c3, and I was feeling really good, because this is kind of like the ideal of what I want, right? Like, I get this like French structure. I've traded off my bad bishop. I'm just gonna pressure d4. Yeah, I felt like I was already getting close to equal. And I decided to play like a tricky move here. I wasn't sure if I was just being like over ambitious. Nice to see that Engine recommends it as well, just this queen b6. And the point being is that I'm threatening this pawn. Uh, and you know, if white is to try and defend it like queen e2, this is just not working because I can take, and I think I can even get away with just taking here, right? Because the queen is attacked. So in this position, I thought actually the best move would be to play knight d2. This was actually what I thought would be best, and I thought that I wouldn't be able to take this pawn because yeah, I thought this would be better for white after defending this, and yeah, I didn't see knight takes d4. I think I was just looking at retreating, and I didn't fancy this position at all. So I thought knight d2 would be played, but he actually played the move b3, and I thought b3 has to be like a kind of dodgy move, just like, you know, not doing so well. Hikari's today's game had similar structure with c6 modern. No way, really? You're kidding me. Let's actually have a very quick look. No way did he play like a c6 modern. That's awesome if he did. Nope, that's Nepo. Where is Hikaru? I played Hyper Accelerated Dragon. Okay, and we kind of get this structure. Yeah, I can kind of see how it's got some modern vibes for sure. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, in my game he played the move b3, so I took on d4, and I was feeling quite good about this. And after the game, and even during the game, this is the worst thing, right? I even thought, also welcome Arjun to the stream and welcome Lucas. But I really thought, like, even during the game, that I should just play knight g7. Like, just play this move, get castled, and don't be some bigoted player that would play the move knight b4, which is what I played. And my reasoning for this was I thought the move was just very tricky, right? Because if he moves away, I could play knight c2. If he tries to defend with the queen, then you know, I can win this bishop. And I just thought this was going to be a better move, right? To get rid of his bishop. And okay, he plays like the best move to defend the bishop, and I take it. And I thought, okay, I should be fine here. Was this the best move? Yeah, and then he plays the move knight c3. And this is actually very tricky and annoying because he's actually got this maneuver knight a4. And at this moment, I drop my queen back, which is apparently the best move. So both of us playing well. Then he plays rook c1. And I play b6 here. And the reason why I don't play knight f5 is because I never thought that taking this bishop is any good. I just felt like he would get pressure on this. Like, what happens if he just played knight c5, right? Plays b6. Okay, knight b7. He can't come here because of my knight right now. Fair enough. So maybe in this position, what if he were to play the move g4? Okay, knight takes e3. And if f takes e3, I thought that this would be better for white with this pressure on the open file. But it looks like maybe I can get away with some kind of f6 push eventually. Queen g5 here, yeah. Yeah, maybe I do have some counterplay like this. I just didn't think I had it. I mean, if I play a slow move like b6 here, okay, I still have the edge. Interesting. So maybe I shouldn't have been worried about this. Yeah. Because I was very scared of, like, you know, allowing this knight c5, and then when I play b6, he plays knight b7 and brings the knight to d6. Didn't fancy this. So I played b6 here. He put his knight back to c3. See how well he's playing for an 81-year-old? Actually unbelievable. Actually unbelievable how strong he's playing. So I played a6, stopping the knight from trying to infiltrate. And then he plays rook c2, which I thought was a really good move as well. Just preparing to double on the c file. And then I got really afraid that basically white would actually end up doubling, play the move bishop g5, and trade, because I wanted to play rook a7 and basically just control this. But I was really afraid if I play rook a7, he might be able to play this move. And I was really worried that he would trade and then just, yeah, maybe play knight a4. And however I defend this pawn, then play rook c1. And I just felt like actually he's threatening to enter one of these squares, and I felt like I might not be able to hold this. I got really afraid. So I thought rather than play this rook a7, I should just play the move h6 already. But of course this gives him an easy option to play rook fc1. And okay, apparently I should be playing the move queen d7 instead. And what if he plays this anyway? Rook fc8. Yeah, this was the other move I looked at. I was considering this as well. But then I thought maybe he just plays knight a4. Right, and I didn't believe in rook takes because of queen takes. So I'm glad I evaluated that right. But queen b7 would just hold the balance. Right, so I could just play queen b7 here and I'm doing okay. Really? I looked at this line. I literally looked at this line. And the point is I take with a knight to the end and I stay defending this. And I don't care that I give up the file. For some reason I got spooked out by this, but yeah, I can see that actually this works out. So yeah, maybe this would have been the best way to neutralize the position. Yeah. But yeah, I missed this. I played h6 instead. He played rook fc1. I played rook a7, trying to like hold this c file like so. And here I thought you could just play knight a4. I thought this was the best way to go with the idea of playing bishop d2 and bishop b4. And this looks decent, but actually what he played was even stronger. He literally played knight e2. I didn't understand this move at all. But it's Stockfish's top move. Jesus Christ. And then, for the record, this guy is 1840 ECF. Roland Graf. I need to... Actually unbelievable. Like, how is he so low rated? He literally played so well. He literally smashed me. Like, I'm not even kidding. You're gonna see. I reckon if we'd run like an engine, he literally played it so well. Which maybe said something about my opening system, right? But I'm curious to see what he used to be rated back in the day. He was only rated like 170s. I mean, that's kind of similar to me. But the thing is, like, 1994, he's already an old man. So I think, like, apparently in his youth, according to other people at the club, like, apparently he was, like, a really formidable player. And, like, he would, like, win open tournaments and stuff. So I think, yeah, before 1994, he was already, like, a really strong player. But, yeah, I don't know if there's a way we can find out. But, yeah, let's keep going with this game. So, knight e2, I played queen b8. I played knight g3. I had no idea what the knight was doing over here, to be honest. So I used this time to try and remove one of his strong rooks. He took. One more crazy thing about this guy. Literally, oh god, I don't even know if it's fair for me to say this, but I mean, like, he was wearing a hat that was literally covered in like leaves and cobwebs. I mean, like, you know, clearly things are a bit rough. And he literally had like a tiny maggot that was like hanging by a thread of one of his hairs. And I was just like, oh man, like this is actually so rough. But yeah, I mean, didn't matter. He played some fantastic chess. And yeah, somehow I was like, I mean, I really think that this knight e2, knight g3 was just not working out so well, to be honest. I mean, it gave me a bit of time to try and unravel. I played knight e7, and then he found this really nice plan of bringing the bishop over. I found this nice plan of playing bishop f8, played bishop b4, and I played king g7 here. This was my idea to kind of protect this a bit better. But yeah, then he played bishop d6, which I did allow, and apparently I can do better here. You know what, this did actually cross my mind. I was wondering if it's really important actually that I get my rook to c8 really fast. I don't know, I just felt like the king belonged on g7. Just get off this back rank. I don't know, man. I don't know. And after bishop d6, yeah, I thought this was fine. I thought I'd just play queen b7. But then I missed this move, queen d2, threatening to bring the rook down. So this was a nice move. And I was wondering here, maybe I should already... but I couldn't play knight g8 due to this move, actually. So, yeah, this is already a bit annoying. So I played queen d7 here, so that I'm covering this. He brought his queen in. And I played rook b7 to try and hold. And he played knight f1. I played the move queen d8. Yeah, and I was thinking here, maybe he should already start pushing, but I guess he needs to be able to play g4 as well, so I don't mind this move. So again, I'm somehow like managing to hold on, but he starts pushing g4. And yeah, this was a moment where I think I should have just played the move knight g8. And instead I played this waiting move king g8, which really wasn't good because white can actually improve that position. And if I just played this knight g8, what was I worried about? I think I was worried about maybe just the rook coming in. But this is not like such a big deal. And I really wasn't sure in this position whether queen takes, I mean queen takes I would have been happy with, but I wasn't sure if this pawn takes was ever strong. Like I knew that my knight would get to f6, but I was just really afraid whether this passed pawn would cause more issues. Like, you know, if the knight can somehow come to like a square like e5 and somehow if they can coordinate some plan. It was really hard for me to evaluate this. But definitely this was better than playing king g8. And maybe I'll come back to this knight g8 in a second. I think this was a really important time to just go for it. And yeah, I could never play like a move like knight c8 because it's just tactically not working, right? Like this is the problem. So I think knight g8 would have been better. But instead I play this king g8 and wow, queen c3 is top move? Unbelievable. Like I really thought after the game he should just play knight e3, play f4 and continue with like this winning plan which ended up happening in the game. But queen c3 just felt like he's, you know, weakening his pieces. Like I felt like this isn't as strong. And I actually went back king g7 because I felt like if he were to come back then I would play knight g8. This was like my plan. But instead he played this move knight e3. And did he play knight e3? Wait. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He played a much more after queen c3, he just played queen d3, which just felt like it was going in the wrong direction. And after queen d3, I played queen a8 to defend my pawn. Again, I really wasn't sure whether to play these moves like b5. It crossed my mind. I just wasn't sure. I really just wasn't sure if like weakening these dark squares would be in my favor or not. Like I wasn't even sure if white can even consider playing b4 and try and like put a knight on c5 or something. How does this go? I don't know. Just get something like this. And I guess the knight would be needed to block, and then maybe this knight doesn't have such a good future. Although the knight can still come like this. I don't know, I didn't want to weaken any squares, so I played queen a8 if I just stay solid. And then he played queen d2. And he basically reroutes his pieces back to this b4 square where it was best, and now I play this knight g8. And he plays queen b4. And I was getting quite low on time here. I really couldn't evaluate this capture. I was looking at it for so long. I decided to play bishop e7 instead, but I was really afraid, not so much if queen takes. I felt like it would be fine there, but I was just scared of this move. And there's really nothing to be afraid of, but I just couldn't evaluate this. I mean, I felt like the knight is so far away, I should be okay. I just couldn't understand how this was going. Like, I thought I could play like queen c8, and then I was looking at queen e7. I was looking at all these ideas, and I was just like, if I mess this up, I could genuinely be lost. And yeah, I've got an only move here. Yeah, I don't know. It's not easy at all. Yeah, maybe I should have just gone for this and been a bit more brave. I mean, I played bishop e7, and I thought maybe the bishop could be like a bit more flexible here, and I didn't mind if he took, right? So I played bishop e7, and then he played rook c6, which I felt like was a pretty strong move. And yeah, probably queen d8 makes more sense. I played queen a7, but the queen was just super offside here. Like, the queen on d8 just controls way more of the board. I think I was just afraid of like if white would somehow be able to play like queen c3 and like harass my queen. I just felt like the queen would be safest here. And I also thought maybe one day I can push b5 and get some counterplay in the center. I just felt maybe the queen is a bit vulnerable in the back rank. That was my feeling. I mean, yeah, even queen a3 hitting this pawn looks decent. Yeah, maybe I'll come back to this. But yeah, queen a7 is what I played. And then, yeah, this was a classical game. This was a league match, 75 minutes plus 10 seconds a move. Nice green screen. Nancy is looking her best. Absolutely, right? She's an absolute beauty. Yeah, good to see you here, Seema. Yeah, I lost the league match against an 81-year-old. And the guy had a maggot in his hair. Like, unbelievable. But he played so well. He played so well. Like, what to do? I mean, literally yesterday I beat an IM and draw a GM. Like in... Okay, not yesterday, like a few days ago now. I literally draw an IM and beat a GM in online Blitz. And then I literally just got wrecked by this 1800. It's unbelievable. But yeah, Classical's a different beast. And random question, have you ever suspected anyone cheating OTB? I don't think I have, thankfully. Like, yeah, it would really mess me up if that were to happen. But it's really rare. It's super rare that it's a problem. Knight e3 was played. And yeah, I played the move bishop d8. And he brought his rook into c8. And I was really afraid, actually. I didn't... I literally just went back here. And I didn't see that rook d7 was fine. I thought rook d7 was worse. Because I thought he could play this bishop f8 check. And I was really worried he could play this move. And I've got bishop e7. This was the move I was trying to spot. I was like, you know what? I should play this and bait him into this. And then play some in-between move. And I was trying to make queen b7 work. But queen b7 just doesn't work because he can just play this anyway. And he threatens mate. And I literally couldn't see an in-between move that would work. The bishop e7 does the job. Rats. Bishop e7 would be nice. And then I'm just winning, right? But the whole point of this trick is that I can't take. Because then he's got the move queen f8. And he's going to win back the bishop. And he's won a pawn. So this is what I missed. This bishop e7. It's really nice. Yeah, I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. And as a result, I just went back bishop e7. By this stage, I was down to like 5 minutes. My opponent had 20. And yeah, my time management was just bad, to be honest. Like, to allow this position with so little time, it's just really poor. And here I decided just to go for it. And yeah, wow, this is completely lost. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I played knight e7 here. And this is the thing. I thought I was about to take over, right? I literally thought that, okay, I'm gonna kick away this rook. I don't really care where this rook goes. Yeah, sure. Let's say rook c2 somewhere. And yeah, I was thinking of playing like b5, opening up this queen. You know, now that there's no bishop to retreat to c5, and I thought, you know, I'm keeping tabs on this f5 square. I'm gonna fight back in this game. I'm gonna try and win this game. I'm gonna try and grind my opponent out. And in this position, I played knight e7, and he just instantly plays f5. And I was just like, did he just miss that his rook is hanging? And I'm like calculating his moves. And I said after the game that I calculated a mate in 9. There was literally a mate in 9. Like, I literally calculated this mate in 9. I was like, no way does this work. And the point is, I can't take, because then he goes f6. I literally calculated this. I was like, are you kidding me? I literally can't even run. Because in this position, I was calculating king f2 here. And I was just like, I'm just completely toast. Like, I can't even run this way. Because I was looking at, okay, I missed that queen g4, somehow mating as well, I guess, like some mate like this. I was thinking this check. Oh, I can take. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh man, I'm so bad. I literally thought that I would have to go back and then I would be allowing this or something. Where basically, oh, I don't even know. I was looking at some garbage like this. I was literally looking at some, yeah, no, this is actually so poor. What was I even looking at? Was I even looking at this? I think like here there's a mate or something. It's not even mate. Oh god, I'm atrocious. I'm actually atrocious. Yeah, like that's. I was looking at some garbage, but yeah, I can just take on d4. And definitely from a human perspective, I should have just gone for this, right? I should have just taken the rook and decided to try and run. I just had the feeling that I wouldn't be able to run, and I guess the feeling is right. Like, you know, my opponent actually has a number of different moves to checkmate me, and we see the problem with my queen on a7. Like, this is the problem piece. Like, had my queen been on d8 instead, then my queen would have managed to at least have some influence on the position. But basically after f5, I realized that at this moment I'm not escaping. I can't take the rook, and as a result, I just took. No, I took here. With the point being that, yeah, he's going to take like this, and I'm probably going to be lost anyway. I felt like I was going to be lost, but I thought maybe I can fight, and I just completely overlooked that white would have this f6 check in both cases, right? Like, just immediately. And he just played this, and I was like, well, I've just blundered mate in 2, like, after all of this. And he didn't even play this one, he just played this. Like, I blundered 2 mate in 2s, and that's literally how the game ended. So, yeah, incredible. I literally thought that I had just saved the position, and he just plays f5, blitzes it out. And I had just 3-4 minutes to work this out. And yeah, I really tunnel visioned this line. I mean, I think this had to be played. I just couldn't see a move. But yeah, king h7 would definitely have been a more tenacious defense. I didn't even consider it. I mean, I guess in my head, I thought I had 2 options here. Either I take this rook and I'm doing well, or I just take on f5 and we enter this position where I felt it was just unclear. And I just completely missed that. Yeah, he's got this check. Just completely didn't see it. So yeah, this was how I lost to an 8-year-old. Yeah, f5 is so cold. Hashtag bring back Dylan, honestly. But yeah, holy crap. This was a brutal game. Because I mean, I had close to equality, but I was never fighting back. But I should definitely always just play knight e7 here. Just develop your damn pieces first. I never thought I could play knight d4. Is the point that on queen f4, is there yeah, knight e c6, right? There we go. I mean, this was the point why I couldn't take on d4 immediately. Because queen f4 is just strong. But knight e7, just complete your development, man. And knight b4, I mean, I had some logic to win this light squared bishop, but the problem is just the pressure on the c file just comes super fast. Just came super fast. And I tried to hold. I think I did a decent job. I mean, he helped by making some slow moves on the king side with that knight. And yeah, this was also a problem. I should just play this knight g8. I should start to try and liquidate. And I was just too chicken to enter these complications. But I really should have just gone for this. I mean, another reason why I didn't go for it as well was because for some reason I was afraid that here I would have to go back to g7. And I just felt like maybe I'm slightly worse here. But ultimately, compared to the pressure in the current position, this is way better, right? So I should have really gone for this. I didn't. And then my opponent, yeah, again, didn't play the most accurate moves. And then, again, I psyched myself out and did not take this bishop. I was just way too afraid of the pass pawn. And in fairness, it's not completely crazy as well. This literally is really hard to work out. Knight e8 could go so wrong so quickly. What is going on here? Oh, and we're just gonna trade like this? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should just take it. I was just too afraid. And yeah, this is something that I used to have a problem with a lot. Just harmony with the pieces. And I should be more realistic about this queen just not having enough scope in the position. And if I am going to play this, then I need to be playing b5 faster. Because this queen was just not getting any counterplay at all. And bishop d8 is just too slow. Like, what was I thinking here? Like, I don't have time to play this move. Like, at least try b5. Ah, but that was the point. That was why I played bishop d8, because I wanted to play b5 and put the bishop on b6. This was the idea. Like, if white just plays one more slow move, this was my plan. And it's still bad. Oh, not rook c7. Rook c8. And what? I'm just getting mated somehow. Oh, boy. Oh, bishop b8. How beautiful is that? Oh, my days. Yeah, this was just not good. It was just not a good game. Yeah. So yeah, and then it's just so unfortunate that this is actually, but it's also like, you know, to be expected, right? Like white made some improving moves, and now I'm just too slow to play this move that I should have played like 5 moves ago, because now f5 is just completely crushing. What a move though. What a move. So cold. So cold. Like literally, if he just moves the rook, then I'm back in this game. He just hits me with the f5. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, nah, I can't be working. And it just shows how just incredible. Like, look at this. I just don't have a move here. My pieces are so like uncoordinated. I'm a whole rook up and I'm completely lost. So yeah, what a game. What a game from my opponent. And yeah, to be honest, I think it's going to be actually a really close call whether I even stay above 2000. I mean, I think basically I won against a 2000 and I drew a 2200 in Liverpool, and both of those games haven't been updated. So I think after that, I should be on like maybe like plus 15 or something, I would reckon. But probably losing to this 1800 probably hits me with like a minus 15. So I'm probably just borderline 2000 again. And yeah, it's just brutal. It's just brutal, like, these games. But yeah, it would be nice to stay above 2000 ECF. But honestly, I don't even know what I could have done much different. Like, I think... Oh, that is Nakamura's game. Oh, we have some Prague win. Wow. Wow, what is the leaderboard then? It's a big tie for first, right? I think after Nepo and Gukesh's draw. Ah, okay, I thought Prague might be on 4 as well. Very interesting. Naka maybe still have a chance of overtaking Caruana. And let's see how the ladies did. But yeah. Yeah, interesting game. Come on, Tingji. Let's get a win. Oh, what is going on? And Gorakshina is still playing. Go on, let's just turn on the evaluation bars. I'm too tired for this. Oh, Tingji with the black advantage. Oh, and same with Gorakshina. Oh, that's gonna be really interesting. Okay, guys, it's 11:59. I want to upload this for today, so I am going to end the stream. But thank you guys all for watching, and thank you for tuning in, and see you tomorrow. Yeah.